Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Satisfactory. This is episode number 11. Last episode, we set up another outpost, this time refining oil. And now we've got supply chains delivering oil or not oil, but the byproducts. Plastic and rubber are being delivered into our base. We've got 8 conveyor lifts lifting ingredients up into the base to be crafted. And today we need to unlock something in the hub so that we can continue automating stuff. Because now we have some materials we need to make that take more than 2 ingredients. So we need a new machine to craft them. We're unlocking industrial manufacturing because we want this. The manufacturer will also get a truck, which is a bigger version of a tractor, obviously. And then this is one of the things we'll need to be making, the computer. Bam. Skadoosh. Bing bong. Bang. And we're ready. Click the button. Uh-huh.
Milestone reached. The manufacturer increases production complexity. A critical look at production line logistics and efficiency is recommended during integration.
All right.
The truck allows for increased efficiency in transportation, automated or otherwise. New project plans enable progress to the next phase.
Okay, big fella. Look at that. Boom! Okay, 4 different ingredients. This is a big fellow. I wonder if it transforms into a robot. There's the output. Is the output? No, it's not on a diagonal. Okay, but we need to take this guy and put him up there. Okay, let me just put this in my pocket. Ugh. If only there was a better way to get up into the base. This seems like, oh, it's such an effort just to climb. But I was told to build vertically, so we gotta go up. We gotta get up there somehow, you know. So up here on the top floor, the current top floor, we have a lot of empty real estate, but we're gonna start filling it pretty quickly, I think, with those new machines. Before we can even do that, though, we have to create another byproduct as an ingredient. So here is a production line for circuit boards, which we're going to need for the computer. Let's go and put one of these down and look at the recipe. Bam! We need to make computers and heavy modular frames. That's the 2 we're looking at right now. So the computers take circuit boards, cables, plastic, and screws. And since we're about to make the circuit board, we already have the plastic and the circuit board up here. We will have to route the other things, the cable and the screws. But one thing at a time. Let's plug this guy in and get some circuit boards crafting. There should be a missing power line right over here. So I'll just connect her up. So there's the plastic, which is coming from our recently established oil outpost, and that gets routed around the side and split up similar to previous iterations. And then the copper sheets there on the bottom. They're on top of each other more or less, and we just use the lifts to get the items down to the machines. And voila, we have circuit boards on the belt. Finally, I made it back down from floor 6 to floor 5. This is the floor with the assemblers making ingredients, or making items with 2 ingredients, so that's reinforced plates right there. We need 4 ingredients for the computers, 2 of which are already up there. So we need, what do we need? We need circuits and plastic, which we have up there. In addition to those 2, we need the screws, which are right there. So we'll need to lift those up to the next floor, kind of similar to that guy. That is those are copper sheets for the circuit boards. In addition to these guys, we will need to fetch the cable, which is further down. So this is floor number 4. This is where the wire is crafted into cable. Cable outputs right here, and we need to lift that up from floor 4 to floor 6, which might be a little bit more challenging. or at least it will involve extra steps. We need it up there. I guess I haven't placed the actual machine yet, but it's going to be somewhere in this neighborhood. There's the circuit boards all plugged in. They were the closest to the machines, so I plugged them in first. Next, we will run some plastic along the outer wall of the base using a conveyor belt Mark II, and use these wall mounts, which are going to be very handy in the long run. And we're going to connect them up to that socket right there, which is right outside of that. Give it a conveyor lift, like that. Okay, and then that one should be set up. Next step, with the aid of a little scaffolding, we will hook up ingredient number 3, some screws. Right here, they're running along the outside floor number 5, so we're just going to put a splitter in midair, just like this, and we have to eyeball it a little bit because you can't do it exactly when you place them on an existing belt, and they're not trying to socket onto a foundation or whatever. Alright, so provide a belt, hook up to that guy, delete that thing, get a conveyor lift, hook it up to that opening, and then we've got to go back upstairs, which should be straightforward enough, no big deal. Ha! 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 Back up to floor number 6, and we can hook this guy up. Ingredient number 3. Just that easy. So, last but not least, we've got the cable right here to hook up. We need to lift it up to that platform right there. So we need this guy to stop, I think, right around there at the junction between the two foundations. Should be good. Okay, there we go. That should be all set up. Now we just have to get back up to the top and plug the thing in, and we should have our computer set up all ready to go. We just need to make our way back up, no problems. Oh, it's easy. This game is so easy sometimes. Voila, and then we will provide it power via the wall right there. Connect you up to that guy. And give you a recipe, I guess, might help. Computers being crafted. Hooray. And then obviously we will need an output belt. So let's just go ahead and do that. And we'll have to route this, we'll have to route this down to the storage area, of course. There we go, our first computer. Although it looks a little bit more like a toaster oven than a computer. But there we go, we have a computer. I guess that's a hard drive there. That looks like an actual disk drive on there. And some floppy disks and stuff. Alright, so a little bit of belt routing later, and we're ready to hook up the next big machine. So we're going to need to get rid of that guy. And let's see, I left one there as well. Just get rid of those so that the belt lifts can hook up nicely. There's that one. Hook up that one. Those are both tier 3 belts, and then these guys are tier 1 belts, although I guess not that it technically matters. I like to keep things consistent. This is just a starter base, so our main goal is to build all the things so we can build more things. Up! No! Golf cart! There we go. All of that starter base beneath us, all to support just one machine for each of these item types. And then we need the power, which is right there. It needs to connect to that. We have items. We have heavy modular frame, and we need an output belt as well. So for now, let's just do that. No, not that. Let's do it like that. And after this, we will need to route several items down to the storage, the computer, and the heavy modular frame, as well as the plastic and the rubber. They all need an express route to our storage system. There it is, our first heavy modular frame, which is necessary for crafting more of these machines, which I had to do by hand to begin with, but now we've got it automated. Now we just have to make our way down to the storage area, which should be no big deal. We've got to hook up the last little section of the belts. Oh, that's going to be a long one. I don't know about that. Maybe we'll take a medium cut. Oh, maybe right here. Let's try this. Here we go. It's the only way to get down. Oh my gosh. Oh, double flip. Easy. Easy game. I need to be a little bit lower still. We need to be right down there, just where I wanted to go. Okay, perhaps not quite as graceful that time. Down to our interstitial space where this little car seems to fit just right. So we've got 4 new items. We've got computers right there. We've got these beefier modular frame bros. Then we've got the rubber from our oil expansion and the plastic from the oil expansion. Hooray! Tiny amount of scaffolding, by the way, to hook up all that stuff. Just a little bit. We can also do a little bit of research now that we have plastic in the base. This guy, the high-speed connector, can get researched 3 seconds. We can see what these other nodes are as well, which is what I'm more interested in. High-speed connector researched. Okay, supercomputer. Wow. Pocket dimension, 5 inventory spaces. Okay, that looks real nice. And power pole Mark III. That looks pretty nice too. And while we're at it, may as well do some more research. I have computers now, so we can keep going down the tech tree. Start research. 3 seconds. Supercomputer. Okay, great. I can craft that, but more importantly, what's below it? Geothermal generators. Oh, wow. Scannable resource geyser. 50 supercomputers, that's interesting, and that is not available until I research Smart Splitter. Alright, but more importantly, I would like some inventory space, please. Pocket dimension, 5 more spaces, let's go. Da-da-da-da, alright, more inventory space, fantastic. And I want to know what's behind there, so let's research a Smart Splitter, 5 more minutes. The analysis of Smart Splitter is complete. All right, what's at the bottom here? Programmable splitter. All right, pretty cool. 50 more supercomputers. All right, well, while I'm at it, may as well finish up the tree. Let's get power pole Mark IIIs. That'll take 6 minutes. No problem. Analysis complete. Power pole Mark III. I wonder what those take to craft. Power pole Mark III. Oh, okay, so we need those circuit board thingies, high-speed connectors, but otherwise not so bad. Does it say how many connections? Up to 10 power connections. Wow. Okay, pretty cool. May as well finish up and research the geothermal generator. 8 minutes. The analysis is finished. Hooray, geothermal generator unlocked. While we're at it, let's keep doing research. We can do this one now since we made oscillators a little while ago. 3 seconds. I'm curious what's below there. Better not be another inhaler. It's not hostile organism detection. Oh. Okay, we need 5 organs and 5 carapace. Turns out I have some of those. Let's see, where was it? Alien organisms, upgrades for the scanner. Dunskies. Alright, that's all done. There is not much research left to be done. We haven't done any of the sulfur stuff. But besides that, we have done a lot of the research that is available to us. Alright, so we can search for the food, we can search for crash sites, and we can also search for enemies. And we got access to geothermal generators. You know, our power is not sufficient for the amount of machines we have now. We're just a little bit, well, we're skating by because we're not using every single machine all at once, but the more we make these complex objects up at the top of the base, they're going to use all the sub-objects, and more of our base is going to come online as we do that. So maybe geothermal generators wouldn't be a bad idea. I can definitely make all that stuff, and they provide 200 megawatts each. Huh. Alright, I wonder how close is the nearest geyser? Probably not too close. Hello. Wow, alright, we might have to go on a real exploration. Oh wait, there is one. Where is it? Over here. 1,300 meters, that's not so bad. 1,600 meters. 2,000 meters. Maybe we need to craft some materials and go exploring. Excuse me, have you gentlemen seen a geyser around here? Excuse me, sir, have you seen a geyser? It's just down there? Oh, okay, I see. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. All right, I guess that's it. That's what it looks like. That's what we're looking for. The geothermal generator. I guess the rotation doesn't really matter because there's nothing else by it. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. There's some green smoke. Seems to be emanating from that green slug. I knew those guys were bad news. All right, there's geothermal generators 2 and 3. Excuse me. Excuse me. Coming through. So there is number 4. And there is geothermal generator number 5. So anyway, if I successfully hooked up all 5 of those geothermal generators, we should have added 1 gigawatt of power to our base, going from 2.4 to 3.4. Let's check just to make sure. Yep, okay, seems to be the case. We now have 3.4 gigawatts of power. And a new thing is we have a power floor for the first time. Our coal generators, which are over in that direction, on the other side of that cliff right there, they shut themselves down when they're not getting used. So our consumption up to this point is equal production. I guess the geothermal generators, they just keep on trucking. So we've got a power floor of 1 gigawatt, which is fine, I guess. Doesn't really matter to me one way or the other. But that amount of power should help us get by until we unlock those fuel generators, where we can get a much bigger chunk of power added to our system. We'll probably do that next time. But that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Have a good day. And, bye-bye, I guess. A perfect 10.